Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're doing something a little different. I've made a handful of videos in the past on how to tell if a girl likes you, but this time I wanted to take all of those signs and rank them in one place from a woman's perspective in a tier list, because who doesn't love a good tier list? I enjoy watching these kind of videos myself, so it's always fun to be the one that's making them too. Some of these are going to be more obvious, some more subtle, and a few might actually surprise you. I think on their own, these signs might not tell you much, but when you start seeing a few of them together, that is when the light bulb should go off. And I also want to quickly break down how I've categorized each tier before we get started so that we know what we're working with here and what the sort of credentials are for each tier. At the top of the chart here, we have S tier. This is your green light. These are the strongest, clearest signs that she likes you. If you see one of these, that is about as clear of a sign as it gets without her coming out and saying, I like you. Next, we have A tier, which is pretty obvious. I think these are very strong indicators of interest, but not quite as foolproof as our S tier. Next up, we have B tier. Could be something. These signs suggest that she might like you, but I think it really depends on the context, so pay attention to how often they show up. Next is C tier. Maybe, maybe not. Too subtle or too common to mean much on their own. They need a little backup from some stronger signs. D tier, she's probably just being nice. These are things that women often do to be polite, not necessarily because they're interested. And the bottom of the barrel, F tier, she doesn't like you. These are signs that you're in the friend zone or worse, being used. Regardless, I would not mistake these for attraction if I were you. So let's get into it. First on the chopping block here, she makes her availability obvious. Again, from a woman's perspective here, I think this is one of the clearest signs. If a girl says, I'm free this weekend, or we should do something sometime, that's not random. She is giving you a green light without putting herself totally out there. Girls don't just drop their availability for fun. She's trying to make it easy for you to make a move. Now, if you asked her for her availability, I think that would be different, but if she's offering this up with no prompt, without you asking her, we're talking S tier. I'm gonna put this in S tier, and I do like to just let you guys know, since I am controlling the tier list, I have the power to move things around and to swap them around if we get to the end and I'm like, you know what, that's just not sitting right with me, so there might be some of that, so make sure you stick around until the end so that you don't miss anything. Okay, on to number 2, she laughs at your jokes. I've got to keep it real. Sometimes girls just laugh to keep things from being awkward. I think we've been kind of trained to do that. You know, if she's giggling at your dad jokes, laughing at your one-liners, it could mean that she likes you, especially if, you know, she keeps going out of her way to do it. But by itself, I don't think that this is really a strong sign at all. It could just be her being polite. If you pair it with some other signs in the stronger categories, perhaps. I was thinking maybe C, but the more I think about it and the more I say this out loud, I'm thinking more D tier, because I'm thinking about all the conversations that I've had, and I've definitely laughed at people that I was not interested in or attracted to because, one, they could be funny. It's possible for you to be funny and me to just not be attracted to you and laugh at your joke because you made a funny, right? But I do also think there have been scenarios when I've laughed to be polite and to not make things awkward, more so than just laughing because I'm interested. Like, it would be more so me being polite. So I'm gonna put it in she's just being nice, because alone, it's just not enough for me. Next we have she texts you when she needs something. If the only reason that she's ever reaching out to you is when she needs something, whether it be a favor, advice, a ride somewhere, help with something, red flag, buddy. You're useful, not desirable. Being her go-to helper doesn't mean that she likes you. It means she knows that you're probably a sucker and you're most likely gonna say yes. So because that's pretty unfortunate, I'm gonna put this in F tier. Again, if the only times that she's reaching out to you is when she needs something or wants something, not good. If she's texting you other times too when it's not for a selfish reason, then it's looking a little different, but simply texting you when she needs something and that being the only form of communication that she has with you, F tier. Next, she touches you lightly or finds reasons to make physical contact. This one might surprise some of you, but this is a big one, especially from a woman's perspective here. I'm trying to give you insight into a woman's mind, what we think. Casual touch is a strong indicator of interest, whether she brushes your arm when laughing, taps you playfully, leans into you. physical closeness is almost never accidental. I would go out on a limb and say girls don't really do that with guys that they are not comfortable with or into in some way. So I think that physical contact is S tier. Again, I have never known a woman personally that touches someone if she's not comfortable around him or if she's not into him. Now, if she is your friend, I think that could be different. I think a lot of times women do this when they feel comfortable around you, but a woman being comfortable around you can also be a good sign. But so can being nervous around you. So it's tricky, but I'm going to put it in S tier because I think this is one of the top things that women do when they are interested. This is one of the easiest ways that women show that they're interested is by touching you in some way. Not in a creepy way, okay? I want to make that clear. We want to make sure we're consensual here. But as a woman, I think this is one of the most obvious signs. So I'm going to put it in S tier for now. Might change, but for now, I'm feeling S tier. Next, she smiles at you a lot. Don't get too excited. Some women are just naturally smiley, and unfortunately, we're also kind of trained to smile in situations when we're uncomfortable, just to avoid tension. Guilty. But if the smile is paired with eye contact, nervous energy, conversation, some other signs on the list, then maybe, but a smile on its own, it's not enough. Don't read into it too much. I smile at people all the time, and I'm not into them. Next, she brings up something that you mentioned weeks ago. If she remembers that one random fact that you shared or asks about something that you thought that she forgot, she's probably invested. Most women don't just retain details about guys that they don't care about in some way. So if she's tracking the little things, you're probably on her radar. So I'm going to put this one in A tier. Sometimes women just naturally tend to remember little things that you mentioned because we want to show you that we care and that we're listening. I think women definitely do this more with guys that they're into versus guys that they're not, but I don't think it's necessarily S tier quality. So we're gonna go A tier. I feel good about that. Number 7, she responds to your text, but only when you text her first. If she's only responding but never initiates on her own, meh. It's kind of lukewarm energy. She might be unsure, bored, just doesn't want to ghost you and feels bad, so she's replying out of feeling bad. It's not nothing, but it's not great either. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Some women just really struggle with initiating, or they think that men should initiate, so they're less likely to do it themselves. But if the conversation fizzles out every time and it takes you texting her every single time to talk to her, and sometimes she replies, sometimes she doesn't give you much. I think it depends on the context here. So we're going to go C tier. Could go either way. Really depends on the situation. But I don't think it's strong enough to be B tier because, again, I think a lot of women will reply because they don't want to ghost you or they feel bad. So not enough on its own. Number 8, she talks about future plans with you. She says, you'd love this place or we should go there together. That might seem casual, but imagining a future with you, even playfully, is a green flag. She's visualizing you and her life in the near future. I think that's a very real sign of interest. So I'm going to put this one in S tier. I think most of the time women only do this when they're into you. They're not telling a guy that they're not interested in, oh yeah, this concert's in August, we should go months out. Like they're just not doing that. They're only doing that with guys that they're really into and they hope that they're talking to still in a couple months. So this is such a green light. It's kind of a way for her to test the waters and gauge your interest without necessarily coming out being so bold and saying, I like you. So S tier. And again, just to reiterate, I promise if a girl does not like you, she is avoiding any talk about the future as much as she possibly can. So this is a green light. Number 9, she gives you compliments, especially non-physical ones. If she says things like, you're really funny, I love how passionate you are about that, you're such a good listener, those aren't so random. I think those are pretty meaningful compliments, and most women won't just say those things to someone that they're just trying to be nice to. I think if she's complimenting you and it's very surface level, I like your shirt, that's different than you're a good listener, or you're so easy to talk to, or I love how passionate you are about that, or, something a little bit deeper. So I think it depends on the level of the compliment, but if it was something similar to the ones that I mentioned, I think that can be a really good sign. I'm gonna put that in A. Most women aren't just handing compliments out to everybody and anybody, so I think if she's giving you compliments, especially if they're not so surface level, a little bit deeper, that can be a really good sign. If they are surface level, that could still be something. I would maybe put that in B tier. We're teetering on A and B here. Right now I'm gonna go A, but it could move down to B. Next, she tries to make you jealous. This one is tricky. I think some women flirt with other guys or mention their ex just to see how you react. It's immature, yes, but it happens. If she's trying to trigger a reaction from you emotionally, you're definitely on her mind. She's definitely interested in some way. While it can be a sign of interest, it's also not the healthiest one. So my advice as a woman, proceed with caution here. This one can be tricky because I think sometimes girls do this because they like you and they want you to like them more, and they think that telling you about other guys that like her or, other situations that make you feel a little bit threatened will make your feelings towards her stronger. In reality, I don't think that's healthy at all. I think it sometimes can do the opposite, and women don't necessarily realize that. But I think sometimes women also do this because they like the attention that you give them. And they think if you know that other men give her attention, it will make you want to give her more attention. And she might not necessarily like you, but she might just like the attention that you give her. So could be something, could also not. I'm going to put it in B tier again, just because even if it is a sign that she likes you, I don't think it's a healthy one. And I can't condone it. So I certainly can't put it in S tier. And again, because there's some alternative reasons there, I don't feel good putting it in A tier either. So we're going to go with B. Could be something, could be the not healthiest something, but it could be something. Next, she playfully teases you. I think light teasing or giving you a hard time in a really flirty way is a go-to move for women who like a guy but don't want to come on too strong. They don't want to be so bold. This could just be her personality though, so that's definitely something to be mindful of. If she does this with a lot of people or everyone, it's probably not as meaningful, but if it's just you, that's a good sign. So I'm going to put it in A. Again, could really depend on the context. Some women naturally sort of tease people. It's a way that they bond. It's just a way that they interact. They always have. Maybe it's a learned behavior, and they aren't doing it because they like you. They're just doing it because that's natural for them. But in this case, I would really watch how she's interacting with other people, and if the way that she's interacting with you is different from how she's interacting with other people, could be a good sign. But again, as I mentioned, I think for a lot of women, this is a go-to move. So A tier. Next, she mirrors your body language. This is often one that is subconscious. I think if she leans in when you do, she crosses her legs the same way, she takes a sip of her drink right after you do, she starts matching your tone or speech pace, that's a good sign. I'm gonna put it in B because I think sometimes people also do this as a way to connect with you and to feel more comfortable with you. So just because you're out on a first date with this girl and she's mirroring your body language doesn't always mean that she's into it. It could just be her trying to feel more comfortable or make you feel more comfortable. But again, this is often a subconscious thing that people do when they are attracted to someone, interested in someone, feeling some sort of connection. I notice myself even still doing this with my husband when we're talking and we're out places. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Could teeter into A tier category, but I think sometimes people do this without even realizing it, and it doesn't always 100% foolproof guarantee that she is attracted. Sometimes it's just a thing that humans do. I think body language is so powerful, and a lot of women use it to their advantage. Next, she asks you personal questions. Maybe things like, what was your childhood like? What's your dream job? Are you close with your family? These aren't just small talk questions, they're connection building questions. I think that's the key here. She's not just passing time asking you surface level questions. She is genuinely curious about who you are beyond the surface. She wants to get to know what makes you you, and women who aren't interested in you typically don't care to ask questions like this and tend to keep things as surface level as possible. Like, they like the small talk if they're not interested in you. So I'm gonna put this one in A tier. Sometimes people do just do this to be polite though, so I don't think it's as foolproof as some of the other ones to put it in S tier necessarily. I think people can do this just to be polite as well. Although it is a strong sign of interest, could also be her being polite. So A or B. Next up, she likes your posts and watches your stories. I think this is one that often is pretty misunderstood. I get asked about this a lot. I don't know why, but I am always getting this question. I think a girl might like your photo or story just to be supportive, just out of habit. She's on Instagram all day. You're just another one that she's seeing. Just because she viewed your story does not mean that she's into you. But if she's consistently engaging with your content, that bumps it up slightly. Maybe B territory, but that's still not a sure thing. Don't fall for this one alone. And I also think there can be a difference between liking your posts on your main feed versus liking and engaging with all of your story posts. If she is responding to so many of your stories, whether it's a meme, whether it's your cat or dog, or you posting something funny or where you're at, if she is consistently engaging with your stories, and by engaging, I mean liking, reacting, responding, that's a good sign. But if she's just liking your regular in-feed posts, she's just viewing your stories, that would be a big nothing burger, in my opinion. So if she likes your posts and just watches your stories, I'm gonna put that in D tier. But as the point stands, likes your posts and watches your stories, that is not enough for me. She's just following you on Instagram. She's just doing what followers do. But if she is engaging with your stories, reacting to them, responding to them consistently, that would probably bump up to B tier for me. So just to give a little context there, depends on the situation, but just going as the point is standing, how it's written here, likes your posts and watches your stories, that's not enough. Next, she says one thing and does another. Maybe she says we should hang out, but she never follows through. I've said this so many times. If her words and actions do not match, forget it. This is a girl who will also cancel on you last minute if you actually do get to the making plans part. Simply don't waste your time here. She's not serious. F tier. We want to be engaging with people in a meaningful way whose actions and words match. People can say all the right things. They can tell you everything that you want to hear, but if their actions are consistently proving otherwise, bye-bye, F tier. Next, she seems nervous around you. I'm thinking here more in a cute way, not as much in a you make me very uncomfortable kind of way, and I want you to get away from me creepy way. So we're going for the positive one here. I think this one is underrated. If she's fidgeting, talking fast, blushing, stumbling over her words a little bit, that is often a huge indicator that she likes you and she's trying to impress you. She cares about what you think of her. She cares about what she's saying. This is especially true if she's normally confident around other people, but nervous around you. Nervousness is a very honest tell. I'm putting this one in A tier because I think this one really depends on her personality. And I'll use myself as an example here. Anytime I liked a guy, I was always very nervous around them. But also when I'm meeting new people, I am sometimes a little bit introverted and shy, depending on who I'm around. So it also could just be her personality if she's meeting you for the first time. It can still be a strong indication of interest, but it's not 100% all of the time. I guess none of these are, but some feel stronger than others, if you know what I mean. And lastly, she finds reasons to spend time with you. Maybe she is showing up to the gym the same time that she knows that you'll be there. Maybe she's suggesting hangouts, lingering longer than necessary in conversation, reaching out to you when she could have easily just Googled something herself, asking for your advice on things, finding reasons to either be around you, talk to you, connect with you. These are incredibly strong signs of interest. And this is almost always intentional. Women don't waste time with guys that they're not at least a little bit interested in. Time is attention, and that is valuable. So I'm gonna put this one in S tier as well. Again, if she is finding reasons to be around you, to connect with you, to talk to you, if she could have easily exited the conversation, but she's still standing there talking to you, it is a pretty darn good sign of interest. So I feel good about these. S tier, we have makes her availability obvious, physical contact, talks about future plans with you, or finds reasons to spend time with you, near you, talking to you, etc. A tier, we have remembers something that you mentioned before, gives you a compliment, playfully teases you, asks you personal questions, or seems nervous around you. B tier, we have tries to make you jealous and mirrors your body language. C tier, we only had one, which was only responds when you text her first. That one could be D tier as well, but since there's nothing in C tier, I'm gonna keep it C tier. No, actually I feel good about C tier because that could be either way. If she wasn't interested at all, I think there would reach a point when she would just not reply, or she would tell you that she's not interested. So that one depends. Again, maybe, maybe not. I think it's fitting for the category. D, just being nice. We have she laughs at your jokes, smiles at you, likes your posts, and watch your stories. Again, that one would depend on the context. If she's replying to your stories consistently, reacting to them, trying to talk to you, then it would sort of remind me of finds reasons to spend time with you or finds reasons to talk to you. And that would bump up. And then F tier, texts you only when she needs something, where she says one thing and does another. Her words and actions are not matching. We don't have time for that. So there you have it, signs that she likes you ranked in a tier list from a woman's perspective. These are just some of the most common signs that I see online, that you guys ask me about, that I've talked about in previous videos. I am sure there are more, but I didn't want to make this video 5,000 hours long. We're not trying to do a masterclass here. But I think the biggest takeaway here is that no single sign 100% guarantees that she's into you. But I think when a few of these start stacking up, that's when you can start to tell something real might be there. So let me know down in the comments which signs that you've picked up on before, which one of these surprised you, if any. I would also love to hear some other signs that maybe I missed down in the comments. If you guys have experienced one, if you're thinking of one, let me know down below. And if you like this tier list format, please also let me know and I can try to do more of them. Maybe let me know some other topics that you would want me to make into a tier list as well. I just think these are so fun. Again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I love watching videos like this. I think they're entertaining. It's always interesting to see different people's perspectives and opinions. It's always fun for me when I can try to find ways to make content that I enjoy watching and somehow apply it to the category I'm in on YouTube and my specific niche here, which is, men's style, dating advice, self-improvement, personal development, all that kind of stuff. So would be happy to do more of these if you guys are into it. I think these are so much fun. So if you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.